Hello, Jane here from Longwater Tai Chi with another in our Stay Connected video series. Today we're going to look at another move from Tai Chi Qigong Shibasha, which is where we turn and push to each side. I think it's movement number 9. I should have looked at my list with numbers on. Not that I ever say the numbers in class, but it comes towards the point where we take a break. So, with this particular move, it has similar principles to the move 7 that I just described, where we're taking our weight across and turning. So we start in all our classes by getting people to keep their hips level as they transfer weight. So again, I'm going to start like this. We separate the components and then we combine them. The teachers I've had for the last 30 years all teach this for very much more detailed forms and exercises than you're doing in these sessions. But the principle of separate and combine is there in all Qigong and Tai Chi movements. So taking your weight from side to side, even in its own right, this is a good, valuable Qigong to do. So you're starting to identify the weighted leg, we call this the full leg, and the empty leg, which is the unweighted leg. And very naturally, as you do this movement, something we do to soothe ourselves, we might do it to soothe a baby we're holding, it is having an effect on our chi. It is amplifying natural chi movements that are happening all the time in your body, whether you believe in chi or not. And it is helping to stimulate the flow of your chi. There are lots of variations on this simple movement that you can do. So I'm keeping the hips level and the shoulders level, and at the moment I am facing directly forwards. So hopefully if you're doing the same thing, the same applies. Your knees facing directly forward, the arch between the thighs open, and driving the weight across. So remembering the little analogy I use of each leg in turn acting like a punt pole, pushing into the riverbed. And the leg you are going down into is resisting that push a little. We release, come back towards center, and then drive, release, drive, keeping this part of the body open, and your gaze going out towards but below a horizon line. And then starting to add a little bit of turning. Notice the thigh muscles are rotating. The arch between the thighs stays open. I am not doing this. Okay? So I've got nice strong legs building up. Now, if I pause for a moment and just locked my arms, which is not how we do the move, if I locked my arms facing forwards against my torso, you would notice that as I turn, I'm not moving my arms at all, but it appears that they are moving from side to side. Now if I put them into a holding position like this, the same thing is applying. When I come back through center, I look exactly the same as I do arms to torso, as I do when I'm at either side. I am not doing this. There's not a Qigong or Tai Chi way of moving arms. It's an optical illusion. I know some of you obviously can't stand in front of me when I'm teaching. So what we're going to do with this one is we're going to look at a starting position with both hands palm up. And then we're going to feel for our shoulder blades. Again, another component. Take the shoulder blade towards the spine. If you take your elbow behind you, the shoulder blade will go towards the spine. You can take both back together, both forwards together, one forward, one back. Again, a component to play with. So, shoulder blades are important in all of these movements. Now, as we take our weight across to one side, The hand on that side is going to push down and the other one's going to sit into a position pushing away. Now if I was facing forward, just coming back to center, that's all I'm doing. And this is looking at the movement before I put in anything a little more sophisticated. So we have one shoulder blade coming away from the spine, one going towards the spine. So you should be able to work out which one that is by feeling, by doing it. Notice that I am not reaching out like this. We see a lot of this in class. Oh, I think I'll have that thing over there. No. We are delivering a push, again, remember the martial background, by using a turn of our hips. So the power for the movement comes from all this push into the ground, resist the push in the other leg, push into the ground. We're using this powerful part of our body to deliver a force. In this case, a push through the hand. When my weight shift and turn has run out, I do not carry on doing that. You see how disconnected that looks? If my turn ends here and I carry on because I don't think I've reached, can you see how there's no power there? There's nothing. If someone was to push on me, I'd fall over if I'm all like this. Well, I'm pushing myself over, which is what we want to avoid. So it's a smaller push movement than you are expecting to be doing with your arms. The legs are doing the work. The arms are connected to the legs. Now, the bit that everyone likes, this release of the arm, which I quite often describe as being like a fish tail turning in the water. It actually also comes from the legs. So if you watch the whole body as I move, you see I start to release in my stance and the hand is pulled back through center. I've got slightly slippery shoes on this floor, so it's not as clear as it might be if I had grippy shoes on. So we say to people, fake it till you make it. So pretty much everyone in our classes is just doing this. It looks and feels quite nice to me. Thank you very much, kind of thing, doffing your hat. It's actually not that. The legs, one day you'll get a breakthrough moment. Oh, something in my legs just caused that turnover to happen. Again, you're more likely to get it if you come to some of our weekend workshops. Hopefully the world will return to relative normality at some point. And you'll start to get a better understanding of how the movement works in its full. So that's it on that movement for today. And thank you very much for watching Stay Connected with Longwater Tai Chi.